Da, 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 da. Let's see here. Okay. I'm gonna put this in here. Sure. Put it down in the corner, I think. No, hey. What are you doing? Smaller. Yeah, there we go. So I know this will probably be a smaller stream because it's a weird time during Friday, but I have a snow day at work, so I'm going to use this time to work on animation stuff, even though YouTube is a dumpster fire. Who cares? Let's just, you know, live in this dumpster fire together while we still can. So I do the thing that I did last time where I tried to keep up with comments on my phone, but I might still miss stuff. So if you could at me in the chat with like the little like highlighted tag, I guess. I'm not really sure how that works. I've never been able to figure it out, but if you could highlight my name when you ask me a question, then I will answer questions while I draw. I can't say that I'll always have intelligent answers, but I do try. Turn my music on. There we go. So I'm redoing a little bit of the line art right now because I liked it, but there were some issues with how her shoulders were rotating in the end of this, so I'm just gonna like freehand redo it. Don't mind me. Chaka D. Okay, I need to let my cat in, sorry. He got stuck out. Just give me a second, dude. I'll be right back. Come in, mister. Come on. No, you stay. You come here. Good job, buddy. Oh. He tries to come in and he sits outside the door and stares at me. He's like, I don't know what I want. Okay. I don't know how to do it either. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was just like an @ thing. Maybe it's hashtag. What do I think about Kappa? I think it's a pile of dog shit. But I also like think that I don't have money to spend on Kappa, so I probably won't exist on YouTube after January. What program do I use? I use TV Paint Animation Pro. Is it Animation Pro? No, wait. TV Paint Pro 11. What number? And I like it. It's pretty good. Just turn it all the way down. How about that? Boop. There we go. I also have my programs and technology, I think, listed in the description of my video. So if you have like additional questions or want to look it up, like just check the description and then search. That's too far. Let's do it like right there. And yeah. Just trying to get that a little bit smoother. It also like snaps into place there, so I might change this one a little bit more in her back. Capitalist and capitalist, hokey pokey, and I went like this. Might be all the things we do, the things we say, all the things we wish we could wash away. Oop. Nope, that's the wrong tool. Wrong tool! Nope. There we go. go. That works a lot better, I think. There we go. Because, yeah, before she was, like, rotating too fast through this section. So, like, she was almost, like, rotating more than Cloudtail was. Which was weird. I think it's fixed, though. Actually, I might leave that and then I'll get rid of it here. Because I don't think that we need it. Making choices and decisions. There we go, I think that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind if people use my stuff to learn, just as long as, like, if it ever gets posted anywhere, there is credit. Because, I mean, I do my stuff nonprofit, and I do it for free, and I think it's important for people to trace and, like, learn how to do things from, learning from people who have done stuff before. That's how human brains work. Just don't try and, like, write it off as your own. That's fine. Just like combing through this now, looking for any errors, because I know that there are a few that I missed. Like her eyebrow disappears right in this frame. There's also a few frames, I don't remember if it was like, I think it's later in this, where, yeah, Cloudtail's belly is not connected. And I think that it should be. There. That one's probably not that big of a deal, but I would rather have it. So that when he starts to rotate this way, it feels more natural. Still some weird stuff about his head, but I think I'm just gonna let it go. That's good enough. This frame feels his head feels so small to me. I'm not entirely sure why. try to go like this. Move forward a bit. That's a little better. We would have to put like the rest of his face in here. Probably. Just trying to get the volume to stay the same. I don't know, it's weird. I don't know, it's weird. I don't know, it's weird. It's difficult to do. Move that out a bit. Chuck, can you stop trying to get in your crate? Hey, stop that. There's some things that I'm like, I can let go of, and there's other things that I'm like, that bothers the living hell out of me, and I just can't. And one of them is like the volume of his head, which this looks a little bit better. There's still like these frames that are weird. I don't know about. I'm not sure how to fix. I might try and give him more like roundness. That might help. Hey! Hey! Be nice to her. Stop it. Don't be a jerk. Be nice. She's not the one who said you can't play with your toy. That was me. Such a butt. Move that out like there. Well, this December I'll remember. Want you to see it when I do. Try and keep his head almost in the same volume while it's on the side over here. And see if I can't get his ear to just kind of like rotate around behind him. Because I think that helps. Boop. change where this goes. There we go. There we go. That's not so bad. I wanna see you with your head wide open, empty in the ground. Da, 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 da. That's a little better. Yeah. Okay. Still like some weird, like bouncy weirdness with his cheek flap I'm gonna fix. I work on 24 frames per second, but I usually do every other frame, so it ends up being 12. Right now this is on 12 frames a second. I think I'm probably going to take it up to 24 because it will be smoother if I do that. It's also going to double the amount of work that I do in this shot, so I'm trying to get everything as perfect as I possibly can, so all I have to do is straight in-betweens if I do want to do that. Which I think I do, because in order to get the rotation of the other characters in here, it's not going to look good enough unless I go up to ones. And it's a little weird to have the background characters be on ones and the focus characters be on twos, you'll notice. It'll be weird. I have two. My sister also has two, so there's 4 cats in this household, and because mine are the not resident cats, we're kind of just like renting right now. They mostly live in this room because they did not integrate well with my sister's cats. And the only time that they can leave is when I leave and can wander to them. So, they hang out with me all the time. My sister's cats, Blair and Milo, are super cute, but I don't know, I'm obviously not as attached to them. And they don't come in this room because they're not allowed. Yeah, I think that works. I think that's better. I still feel like his head grows between, like, from here to here. And it's not necessarily, like, a zoom thing. Even though I was trying to go for a zoom thing. I don't know. I don't know. Will you notice it? Let's see if I play it. A little bit, but it's not that bad. I think if I just like fix this frame. Oops. I think it's decent. It's probably as good as I'm gonna get it. Yeah, okay. I think I'll work with that. That's fine. So, Boop. I'm gonna start back at the beginning. Change out the color. Or maybe multiply. There we go. That's nice. Make a new layer for this precious cloud boy. Turn that on. I'm gonna move on from that shot for a minute, give myself a break. I feel like I have to like space out how much I work on that one because it eventually makes me crazy. It's looking pretty good. I think I'm happy with it where it's at right now. Yeah. Do I still have his character up in here? It might be... No, that's different. Yep, there we go. Just to help me like remember what his reference looks like. Make his chin a little less strong. Because it feels too much like gray stripey. like it rounder. Hey. I'm trying to decide how I should do Bright Heart's paw, and I think I might honestly just put it on the same layer because I don't know how to do it else otherwise. So I'm just gonna do it on the same layer. I imagine that Cloudtail is like 95% fur. Oh, thank you. How do I go about planning fight sequences? It really just depends on the part. Turn my music down a little bit. But usually what I do is I will, like, I spend some time kind of just like brainstorming. I'd have like a very active visual imagination, memory / whatever you want to call it. And so like I will plan things out in my head a little bit before I even put pen to paper. And that's, I don't know if that's like the most common thing for people, but that's like where I start usually. But then I'll go through and do like a quick storyboard that like is on the edge of like being animation. I'll animate on like 4s to get the movements usually that I need out of a storyboard in order to understand how the fight scene is going to go. Just because, like, you can do like a basic storyboard and be like, here's where he hits him in the face and here's where you punch him in the neck or whatever. But like, in order to, like, I don't know, get an idea of like how to get the weight into it and like the right camera shots, I usually go through and like honestly animate it. Not this detailed, obviously. This is a cleanup sketch, but I'll spend some time like doing basically rough animation. Let me see if I have like a old version of Do or Die. I might. Sketch. Here's a really old one. Yeah, so like I'll have things in here that are like this detailed, but for the most part, like, it's gonna be more. Let me turn off the light table. It's gonna be more like basically like you get an idea of where the head is, you get an idea of where the arms are, and you get an idea of where like the ears are, and then like beyond that, I'm not super detailed in what's going on in these frames, but like you can get in here and look at the timeline. Like, I'm animating on 4s and 2s in places, and I think I usually go down to 2s on storyboards, but I don't always do 1s. This was just for like the zoom, which I planned on doing really quick, and then ended up being really quick. But like, if we play through this, like, it's almost animated. This is my storyboard. And so like, I think this one was the second draft. I had a draft before this that I was like, yeah, it kind of gets like the energy that I wanted, but it wasn't perfect, and so I went back and redid this part, so we could get like his long tail. And so I'll do like a quick animation, and I'll do like a second draft, but usually I've already gone through a couple drafts in my head already, and so I usually don't have to do this often more than once. Yeah, so I mean, that's like generally what I do, like just a very, very quick, like rough animation storyboard, and then I'll go through and I'll do a second pass for rough animation, and I'll do a third pass for cleanup. Goes that. But yeah, I mean, like, other than that, like, I mean, I just sort of like, sometimes I'll do thumbnails, but honestly, for fights, I don't usually do thumbnails. I usually just like jump straight into like trying to animate it and see like, is this going to work? Is this something that my brain is thinking of that's like possible, or is it not going to work? And so like the first draft storyboard is usually where I'm like figuring out those questions and answering that. Because sometimes I come up with something that I'm like, in my head, I'm like, this is an amazing thing. But then when I try to put it to paper, I'm like, I don't actually know how this would work. And now that I'm like looking at it, it's not working. And so I have to come up with a second draft. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I mean, like, I think, honestly, like, you could do some thumbnail stuff, but, like, until you actually get in and try to see how the movement is going to work and how, like, the animation itself will start to play out, like, it's hard to plan a fight animation without actually animating it in some degree. So that's what I do. I just go for it. I feel like Cloudtail's skull is just like an amorphous blob that has stuff stuck to it. Like, he doesn't have much of a forehead at all. He's just like this round, soft boy. He is. He's a nice, soft jet puff boy. Don't squiggle my line. DB paint. Why? Okay. That's our home. Okay. Da-da-da. And like technically he has an arm down here. So I'm gonna put it in there. A cotton ball. He is a cotton ball. I would say Q-tip, but Q-tips are like skinny and then soft. I feel like Brightheart's almost more like a Q-tip, and he's a cotton ball. Oh. This is such a weird angle to draw a cat mouth, and it's like hurting me a little bit, but we're gonna do it anyway. Make his top teeth a little bit wider so it feels like it's like wrapping around. His lips are like wrapping around this. 3, 6. This is just like such an uncommon angle to draw a mouth from. Like you would not normally be able to see his top molars ever. But we're gonna look at him. Look at that. I mean, it looks alright. I think that's okay. It's alright. Give him some double chinage here. Trying to get his like paw to like fold outward a little bit. Like that more. I don't know if you can actually read that as that, but that's what I'm going for. Trying to think. I don't know that her foot would flex hardly at all, so I'm just gonna try and like keep this the same. Maybe like a little bit of movement just to show that like she is balancing on his chest, but I don't think it's gonna move that much. That guy off. Wait, this guy. That guy off. Yeah, I mean, tips for animating, if you have like something specifically you're trying to learn, then I can help with that, but if not, then like the 12 steps of animation, or 12 principles of animation are in the description of the video. That's usually where I direct people if you're just looking for like basic stuff. I draw it with a tablet. It's a Intuos Pro, which is not a screen tablet, but I like it, so I use it. I did not use apps because the tablet I use is not a computerized tablet, so it's like this. It's a little black thing that doesn't have a screen, doesn't have any software. So the apps I use are on my computer, and they're programs, which I paid for. Software. And the programs that I use are in the description of the video, so if you want to check that too as well, that is there. Nope, that's something else. Beans. I've never looked into it farther enough to know. I think Krita doesn't. Krita is free, and I think it's like limited and it's open source, so it's not as like good as a paid program that you could buy, but it works and you can use it. But as far as like if you have a screen tablet and you're like animating on like an iPad or something, like I have no idea. I think Procreate usually comes with iPads, and I think it has some sort of animation capability, but I don't know anything about it, so I'm not the person to ask for that. But like as far as like open source computer software, if you're gonna download something onto a Mac or a PC, there's OpenTunes, which exists. I don't think it exports into GIFs only. I'm not sure though, because I've never used it. There's Krita, there's Clip Studio Paint, which I'm not sure if it's free or if it's like cheaper. I think it's cheaper. Hard to know. End of the yard, it might be hard. Bed. And like, I have heard of Fire Alpaca, but I don't recommend it because it looks, to me, from what I've looked into it, difficult to use. But I mean, I've never used it, so I can't necessarily say. I know some people who do use it who like really enjoy it, but like in my opinion, and as far as I know, like it's the equivalent of trying to use Microsoft Paint for digital art instead of like, I don't know, anything else. What is my favorite song? I have a lot of favorite songs. I mean, I don't know. I like the playlist that I have linked in the description. Like, it's a Spotify playlist. If you have Spotify free, you can listen to it. Has a lot of my favorites on it. Oops. It's like the extreme. I don't know. I mean, there are ways to do it, but like the ways that I know how to convert a GIF into a video format is like with paid software, so I don't know how to do it for free. Ask a friend that has like a video editing software like After Effects or something else. You might be able to use, what was that one that I used to have? I think it was like, let me double check. 20 best free video editing beginners. You could probably do it with Natron, but Natron's really hard to learn for somebody who's not used node networks before. Filmora, I think it was Shotcut was the one that I was using. And I don't know if it's perfect, but like I know that I have gotten a GIF into Shotcut and it's played before. But it struggles. It crashes sometimes. So I'm just gonna put a paste in here to some video editing software that's free. Okay. When did I start animating? I started animating in like middle school, which for me was a long time ago. I'm 26, and I started animating when I was like 11 or 12. So a while. And then I started drawing, like, technically, like, I don't know, forever ago. I started drawing when I was, like, in preschool or before. So a lifetime habit. But I don't think that, like, that's how everyone has to be who's an artist. Like, you can learn to draw well into your adulthood. This is proven. I have friends who didn't start drawing until they were 19, and they're pretty good. He's got like some weird human teeth in this frame, but I don't want to like define these too much or it will become distracting while his mouth is closed. So just gonna like gently put them in there and not worry about it. But yeah, I mean, I started animating when I was in middle school, just using like paper notebooks and drawing pictures in the corner and then flipping through them. I didn't use software. I didn't have anything like that. I just used paper. Make this out of bones. Taking over the world. Na, 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 na. Oh, that's why it's not as thin. I'm still on 5, but honestly, I might leave it. I kind of like the thicker line. As soon as you close your eyes, it's a beautiful world. Yeah, yeah. if you want like animating, like a specific animating problem that you need to fix, I can help with that. But like just general advice, I mean, I just usually redirect people to the 12 steps of animation because that's, I don't know, the basics. But if there's like a specific problem that you're trying to fix, I'm more than happy to address questions that are specific. That should be solid still, that brings me along. Hello, welcome. Excuse me. I like that cocktail is like basically a fluffy jacket. Just like only fluff. There's nothing else. I don't know, that's gonna be a little weird, but I'll figure it out. That's fun. I don't have work today because it's a snow day. It snowed like 6 inches this morning and nobody wants to drive to work. So, there we go. See if I can make that brighter. Oh! Now I can see. Oop. His face is like squished. Oops. That's what I meant to do. The missing person I've been trying to get you all to forget. We breathe so desperately, As if it's the only thing we need. And we don't care if it's not breathing honestly. Trying to get the perfect line. Yeah, that's good enough. Am I a furry or just a Warriors fan? I don't know. I mean, I am like tangential to the furry fandom, I feel like, because I like enjoy furry content, but I don't know. I still don't consider myself a furry. That's just more like, I don't know, in terms of like identity. It's not one of the things that I consider part of my identity. You know? That's not to say that I don't like furries. I think they're fine. I like watching people talk about their cons and what they enjoy about them. I have nothing against people who are furries and consider them furries, and either do or do not have fursuits. I think that's a fun hobby if you want to do it. I have made myself partial fursuits in the past before in high school, and I thought it was fun, but like even then, like I still didn't really consider myself a furry. It was more like I was dipping my toes in waters and deciding like, is this something that I consider part of myself? And like eventually I let it go. I don't know. The answer to that is no, but asterisk probably. I mean, if you were going to hard define it as like who's a furry and who's not, like I'd draw anthropomorphic animals and have no problem having a fursona or even dressing up as an animal for fun. Do I consider myself an animal? I think I'm a human being, but you know, each to their own. Pretty cute. I'm kind of just like going until my tablet stops working, so I'm just gonna keep going. Hopefully I can finish this shot. No, yeah, I mean, I think it's totally a positive community, and I think that they're great people, and I am happy for them. But like, yeah, I don't know. I don't personally consider myself a furry, and I think it's, you know, fine if people do consider me a furry. I'm not gonna say like, no, I don't like animals. No, I don't like anthropomorphized stories. But yeah, I just with just like putting a circle around the label furry, I did not apply that to myself. I mean, everyone starts somewhere, and I've been doing this for a long time, so if I brought up some of my old stuff from home, like, it wouldn't be fantastic. But then again, those are also like 13-year-old animations. So it's okay if at the moment your present skill is below where you like aim to be. I think you should always aim above where your current skill level is. There are still some things that I'm like not super great at that I want to improve at. But you also don't have to like berate yourself for not being as good as the best person on the internet. That's dumb. Seems silly. How did I find my style? I don't know. I find style questions really weird because I don't consider myself to have a style. In professional animation, especially 2D animation, like it's kind of encouraged for artists to learn how to mimic styles, which is kind of like what I'm doing in this. In this part, like this isn't normally how I would draw a cloud tail. I don't know. the specific like shape of his muzzle is sort of like awkward and feels weird to me. It feels like flattened. But that's, as far as I can tell, well, his design is. So I'm trying to like mimic this as much as possible, while also giving him a little bit more detailed line art, because that's, I don't know, how I think. But I wouldn't consider this specific drawing my style, or even that I even really have a style that I don't know, that I would try to copyright or like consider to be like, this is what my art looks like when I draw, this is what it is. There are certainly things that I default to. I would say that my design blog is kind of a single style, but not even really then. Sometimes I do things that are like more cartoony or like more realistic on that blog, and I'm like, it's fine, whatever. Like I don't necessarily think that the design that I made for Root Paw is necessarily like the most realistic design, but I like it because it feels character driven. And like, if you're looking for those, I think I have them linked to my About page. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like to do digital painting, and sometimes I'll paint in like some more realistic styles, and like sometimes I'll do like cartoony stuff, and like sometimes my cartoony stuff is different than my other cartoony stuff, and I feel like I don't really have like a set style that I work on developing or trying to maintain. And that's mostly just because I consider myself to be an animator, and the attitude among professionals is that you don't really have style, and that's okay. It's good for you to like try and develop different characteristics about your artistic ability, and to be able to pull those out of a toolbox when you need them. That's not going to be true for all artists, though. People who are illustrators are usually better known for their styles, and they are like sought out and paid because of what their art looks like. And so if you want to be an illustrator, that's going to be a different animal to tackle, and I'm not a person to talk to about developing a style, because I haven't tried to, and I haven't put work into it. So the short answer to that question is, I don't know. The long answer is everything else I just said. I think I'm going to move this eye. It just feels a little bit weird. And it just like needs to be like closer. like a weird in between, but I'm over it. It's fine. Who knows what's happening here? I don't. I will probably in a little bit. I'm kind of like, I think I have about half an hour left before my tablet dies. So I'm trying to just like use every second I have. If that's okay. I will show what I have at the end of the stream. I'm not a fan of the new YouTube rules, all of the COPPA fiasco that's happening. I honestly think I'm kind of waiting to see if there's going to be any changes to it beyond the settlement that YouTube has made with the FTC, but if there isn't really any alterations to the plans that they have that are going forth, I'm probably just going to like remove the gory animation that I have on my channel and let it become child content and then abandon YouTube. I will probably leave it on there because I think, you know, there are some things that are good and could stay, but and like should honestly, but I don't know if there's not any changes to COPPA and there's not any hope for non-censorship on YouTube, then I'm out. It's not what I signed up for. Yeah, I mean, I don't really trust most adults above the age of like 35 to look at animation with any kind of, I don't know, grain of salt and not automatically assume that it's for kids. And like I think some of my content should be for kids, but at the same time, like I want to be able to create animated content that's not. And the just like gray area that exists right now in animation is too big of a risk for me to take. Yeah. Because I could mark a non-kids animation video as not for kids, but then somebody who's an idiot could look at it and be like, it's got cartoons, and then I would be fined $40,000, and I don't even want to deal with an appeal of that. Like, I think I probably could, like, be very clear and distinct on the things that I create and make something that's, like, very obviously for adults. Which, by the way, like, I think is kind of stupid. I think you should be able to have, Oh, it's Abby. I'll finish this later. Hello. Hey, what's up? I don't know. I haven't checked the mail. Was it in a letter? I may not have gotten one, actually. Who knows? Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. Hey. Awesome. Fist bump, just plan each other's gifts. Okay. Cool. Is there anything in particular you want for Christmas? Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple different options we could do. Like, if I could do, like, a pencil drawing of that, and it would be pretty doable. Or I could do, like, something digital. I don't know how you feel about digital art. Sometimes people are, like, very, like, traditional art preference heavy. Know the difference. Yeah, they can. But like I would do something probably more painterly if I was going to do digital art. Like it would look more like it was painted than it was like, I don't know, airbrushed or whatever. Okay. Right, no. I mean, I personally, like, I have no problem doing that at all. I love you guys, and I think that if it's, like, something that's special to you, then that's cool. Um, yeah. I'm like, this is news to me. Hello. I see. Yeah, I mean, I really just deleted it, and then I didn't. Yeah, I have not been back on it. I did not. That's okay. Cool, congratulations. That's exciting. No, it's totally fine. Like I recognize that I've like kind of stuck my head in the ground and been hiding, so I deserve that one, I guess. Hmm. Oh, cool, exciting. Hello. I'm like, that's news to me. Wow. So wait, do you know if it's a girl or boy yet? Mm. Right. Yep. Yeah, that's always a good one. Okay. Would you be interested in like a puzzle video game? I don't know how far this goes. No. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Hmm. Okay. I will keep that in mind. Gotcha. No, I totally get it. Like I haven't even like really started thinking about Christmas. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Hmm. Yeah. I'll have to think about it, and I will probably get back to you because there's probably something that I can find that would be like an ideal gift. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. I will like I'm gonna give myself a due date until December 1st, and then I will get back to you for sure. Yeah. Right, like it. Yeah, I'm gonna at least try and give you like a few weeks, just because holiday shipping is always crazy, and then also on top of that, it's like weird. You know, I'm all right. I have been working for this financial advisor guy, and it's like, it's a job. Yeah, and like it's been okay, and like it's kind of like started being full time, but he's such a strange person in that he's never had like a schedule for me. He just like tells me the day before when he wants me to come in, which is like really hard to plan around, and I get frustrated. But you know, I have tried to tell him to be different, but he's also almost 60 and doesn't seem to care. So. Yeah. Yep, that's exactly what he does. Yeah, and like I think it's fine. Like I think a secretary can have that delegated to them, but also like it's kind of weird in that he has to stand over my shoulder and read everything I do, and I'm like, why can't you just do this yourself if this is the kind of control you want? Uh, it's weird. It's fine. He pays me nothing. It's a job, and I'm gonna save up as much money as I can, and then I'm gonna move away and go somewhere else. Yeah, I don't think I got it. It's just, they never did ever get back to me, so that's okay. It happens. Yeah, and like, you know, maybe next year. That's what I keep thinking. It's just I'm gonna keep applying to these things until something happens. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, yeah. And that's what I've been doing is I just like I've gotten to the point where like I don't even know what number application I'm on at this point. It's in the hundreds. I'm like, who knows? I'll just keep doing this every day until I get a job. For the rest of my life. Yeah, I actually have some work with her today, so I'm going to be going here in a little while, probably like the next half hour. So we're still trying to move this lady out of her house, and she's like a hoarder and crazy. It is a fun party. She also has some like weddings that are coming up in January, but like I'm not even sure if I'm gonna be in town then, so we'll see. I'm trying to move to Seattle. And this is kind of like on the DL, but like I've been applying to stuff in Seattle, and I have a room with some friends that I can probably afford if I get a job. So far the place is in Bellevue, but I also like there's an opportunity to move into Seattle too eventually because Lizzie's probably gonna move closer to her job at some point. So I know, right? Right. I mean, it's changed so much, and the people who are there right now that I know of, it's like it's difficult because a lot of the affordable housing is being converted into Airbnb stuff. Yeah. So it's hard even to find a place to live at this point. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the idea. Is like to move in with other people who like are already stable and like situated in a spot where they can like afford to house me if I need to be there. And like also on top of that, I've been applying to jobs for like the last month and a half, and I have an interview next week over the phone. It's a company called Skilljar. I didn't know at all what they did until I looked them up. It's like a company that trains other companies in like advertising for like online stuff. It's like how to make your website readable in a marketable way. It's called, I think it's like called customer learning or something. I don't know. It was super weird and not intuitive. And I was like, okay. Yeah, it's money. Well, I mean, that would be like ideal, but also I am applying for like an executive office position, so I probably would just be doing paperwork. Yeah. Yeah. No one knows how to. Yeah. I know, I have my fingers crossed. Maybe that'll work out. It's on Tuesday. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, thank you. Psh, you're fine. Yeah, they're friends from high school who, like, we went our separate ways for college, and then, like, they reconvened in Seattle, and I'm like, I kind of just want to live with you now. Is that possible? And they were like, yeah, come over. Yeah. Like, yeah, same. Like, I had a ton of different roommates, and I feel like most of the time they were nice, but, like, I never really made a deep friendship at BYU. Yeah. Yeah. Right. I know. And like I was considering staying here and moving out into an apartment because Rachel's getting to the point where she's like, you need to move somewhere else other than here. And I'm like, okay, I get that. But like even so, like the housing here isn't that much cheaper than Seattle, and then on top of that, I'm moving in with people who I don't know, and it's hard to screen who is who. Yeah, like I feel like the average rental for like a decent rental space that's not like, on the very low end is going to be like $1,400 a month. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, go big or go home, I guess. Yeah. That's the thing. It's like I I think I am okay with the weather aspect because I grew up in Tri-City. It's not that much different, and honestly, there's like 4 months of clouds, so it should be okay. Mhm. That's the plan anyway. We'll see what happens. Nice. Well, I'm glad I could provide that break. I know, usually I would be at work, but we had a snow day, so I'm at home. I'm like, it snowed like 4 to 6 inches. My window well is full, so I'm like, okay, well, I'm not gonna drive my front wheel drive car in that. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yes, you too. Bye. Oh well. Anyway, sorry, that was random, but I never talked to Abby, and she's nice, so. Oh. That's not what I meant to do. Endlessly on a receptionist at the desk. I love my body, an old lady. Okay, so my bride is coming home here soon, so I'm gonna finish this frame, and then I'm gonna probably play the animation and go. Just gonna double check that's good. Yeah, seems fine. So I'm gonna turn these two off and then turn, is this still on? Yeah, it is. Okay. Pause this guy. Turn the audio on. Maybe. Go. Oh, Cinderpelt's not playing. Where is she? She's somewhere in here. Cinder 9. There we go. Okay. That is it. Thank you guys for coming. I'm gonna go eat the fastest lunch and then I'm gonna go to work. Bye.